It's almost like a Saturday Night Live skit. This is James Comey. He did this himself. Like, no one put him in a position. No one asked him a question. He thought to himself, you know what I'm going to do today? I'm going to record this.
Hey, everybody. Welcome back to my Substack. Last week's cold turns out to have been COVID. Quite a flashback. And Donald Trump is still president and still humiliating America on a national stage, standing next to Vladimir Putin. It's like a dream, a bad dream you can't wake up from. But I don't want to talk about that bad dream this week. I want to talk about a truly inspirational public figure named Taylor Swift. Of course, I watched her podcast interview with the Kelce brothers. Of course, I watched the whole thing, although on YouTube, Patrice and I got kicked off for the last 15 minutes and finished it on her phone. But I watched it. You see, Taylor Swift and I go way back. I went to my first concert of hers 15 years ago. I've been to a second, and I have helped financially support the attendance of a lot of family members at others. I'm in a family's Swifty group chat. I know all her music, and I listen to it in my headphones when I cut the grass. So yes, I have a favorite of hers, although honestly, for me, it's a tie between All Too Well, 10-minute version, and Exile, featuring Bon Iver. Taylor Swift has grown up with my family and provided us a soundtrack, really, as we've grown ourselves and learned and adapted and dealt with adversity and celebration. She had songs for all of it. I suspect that's something that millions of Americans have also experienced in their families.
He would then go on to talk about how she has fought back against bullies and how inspirational her take on bullies is. And I'm just sitting there the whole time going, this is the former director of the Federal Bureau of Investigation. I can't, Blake, what the heck? What is this? I listened to her as I cut the grass. All right, you got to pull up his audio there, Bill.
When I first saw this, I was going to send it to Billy and you and say, what is this AI? I mean, am I so old? I thought the freaking thing was AI. I mean, this dude is out of his mind. I can't stand him. He's such a phony. He's such a fake. And you hear him, he sounds like one of the consultants on Office Space. I have her entire catalog. Then he goes through it is incredible, man. The whole he did the seashells thing. He denies that. When you listen to this, this freak, man. I mean, people pay him millions of dollars to come speak to them, and they listen to this bozo, this big 7-foot bozo walking around. What a clown. So he wanted to be head of the CIA. He hates Trump. He's a liar. He's a crook. He's corrupt. He's one of the worst human beings on planet Earth.
I mean, it goes into such bizarre directions, and he seems to have this weird fascination with Taylor Swift. Here's something to point out that I find interesting, okay? I went to his Instagram account, couldn't find it. I went to his X account, couldn't find it. I found it on his Substack, okay? Now, here's the interesting thing about Substack is you don't have really any ability to comment. So he's putting his content out now in a place, and he turned off all the comments, by the way, on both X and Instagram. So it seems like James Comey's going into this place where he wants to produce his feelings, and he doesn't want to provide anybody the ability to respond to it.
Yes.
But I'm sitting there going, you're the former director of the FBI.
Wow.
Like, in my mind, you should be tough as nails, right? Like,
yes.
You are one of the chief law enforcement guys in the world.
Yes.
Like, you have tremendous power to go after cartel activity, to go after bad terrorism taking place in this country. And you're sitting there talking about your feelings about Taylor Swift, how you listen to her while you cut the grass. You're getting into detailed elements of her catalog. And it just comes across as like this bizarre love fan weird thing for Taylor Swift. Like, I sure hope she sees this. I'm sure she will because you're the former director of the FBI, but I think she's
Right.
going to be creeped out about it.
I
'Cause
would hope
it's kind of
so.
like, bro, you're in your 60s, 70s. Maybe take a step back.
Why would she be creeped out? I'm curious
You
about
don't
your
think
perception
that's
on that.
creepy?
No, what's creepy
From
about
him
it?
it is.
No, but what's creepy about it?
Weird.
Oh, his
Because-
face.
I don't know. Maybe I'm not a musician, but if somebody was like, this song really hit a chord with me, and I listen to it when I mow the lawn all the time, I think I would be a little
When I cut the
weirded out.
grass.
Why? Hang on, wait, hold on. Okay, I'm curious about that. Wouldn't you, if you were a musical performer, wouldn't you want someone who's a fan, anyone, to listen to it, possibly when they're doing a chore they may not like, to provide a bit of escapism? The thing is, I'm curious about your perception of your expectations of how James Comey is supposed to enjoy music. I can't figure out if you guys are mad about how he enjoys it or if you're just mad about the who. Is it?
Both.
That's what I can't figure it out. Okay,
I
so
think the whole thing is weird.
here's the.
I do too.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
The thing is, the thing
Hey,
for me
Bill,
is
if somebody texted you and was like,
Yeah.
Bill, that segment you did last
Yeah.
Friday was so wonderful. In fact,
Yeah.
I listened to it over and over again, and I've paid and sent it to other people. Paid for them to listen to the
Cool.
show if we charge for it.
Thank you.
I sent it to other people.
Great.
And this
Thank
the
you.
former director of the FBI.
Wonderful. I
Oh,
don't see
man,
the
I'd be
problem
like,
with it. I don't.
Maybe find some other things to do.
Well, again, that the former director of the FBI is a fan of whatever you were doing and shared it with people. There seems to be this implication of it being creepy where I don't hear, when he's talking about it, anything that crosses the boundaries over the fact that he's a fan. I agree that it's weird that the former director of the FBI focuses on Taylor Swift. I think it's weird in his delivery. I think his delivery sucks. He sounds like that teacher
Yes.
in class that you were always
doubt.
dreading that they were going to lecture the entire time.
Exactly.
Because he's boring. He goes into minutia that doesn't matter. He
Yes.
doesn't really connect with the audience. He spends
Good
very
point.
little time talking about you, the person that is watching the Substack. He spends a hell of a lot of time focusing internally. I do believe that he is a fan, though, because, shout out, he did pick the two songs that he's got. Exile with Bon Iver, that's fantastic. That's off of Folklore. That's a different album, not necessarily a pop album. That's really good. If you come to me and tell me you're a Swift fan and you tell me that one of your favorite songs is Exile, you know your stuff. That's something inside the catalog that I got respect for. So he does know his stuff. He's not just surfing the top. He's not surfing the hits. He does know the deeper stuff. And for me, if he's out there cutting the grass, listening to it, great. That's fantastic. I got no problem with that because I would assume. I want to know. The thing is, what it does tell us is he probably does not have an internal combustion engine. He probably has an electric motor.
Oh, 100%.
Because you're not going to be able to listen to it.
100%.
Yeah, you're not
after
gonna be able to
listening to
listen
that.
to it with the headphones.
But Bill,
Yeah.
I mean, it's like if someone's like, "Hey, Johnny Cash or George Strait or something. Yeah, your music's awesome, man. It's really cool. It's fun to listen to." But then when someone is like, track 14 on the extended album really hits me, and then that person is the former director of the FBI, and then they're saying they listen to it when they're doing their chores around the house, and that particular song really connects. I don't know. It just comes across as like
human.
a little. Really?
Yeah,
it just
absolutely
seems like
human.
it goes
See,
like
this is-
another level of kind of obsession that seems
Yes.
No.
off to me.
Hey, here's the thing is, you guys seem to be deriving some sort of level of obsession rather than fandom. He's not talking about, when Taylor was here. He's not talking about what she wore, not talking about the name of her cats, not
Dude, it's
talking
like
about...
a half a step
No,
from that.
not at all. Not at all. He's not talking about... Okay, here's the idea. Here's the weirdness. You remember when Blake was talking to us during the news about the dude that was staring at the Broncos cheerleaders the entire time and making little dolls about them? As far as
That
we
was
know,
Jeff.
as
That
far
was
as we
Jeff.
know, James Comey is not peeping Taylor Swift through binoculars and making small
I don't know about
dolls
that.
based on the different tour eras. Now,
I
again,
don't
if
know.
we
We
do
need to
have it
rate him.
revealed, again, if we do have it revealed that he's doing that, then I can get to the creep factor. Right now, all I'm hearing is fandom. And that's okay because y'all don't connect because it's a disassociation based on demographics. That there is this perception in America that after a certain number of years, you have to stop paying attention to anything that's popular and you have to discount it. Part of that is psychological.
But
Yes, it
when
is.
you're a
Yes, it is.
60-year-old man and Taylor Swift is like a 25-year-old pop star.
So what?
I
Again,
don't know.
so what?
Yeah,
Here's the
again,
idea.
I'm
There
not
was a-
saying that it's
Well, no,
illegal,
here's the
but
thing
I'm
is-
saying it's a little
No, it's
off.
not at
Like,
all. Wait,
if
hang
your
on a sec.
grandfather, if you
What
were a
the
kid
hell?
and your grandfather was like,
Why are you in-
"Whoa,
again,
right, making videos about that pop
Where
star?
no, but where in this are you implying any sort of romantic relationship or
I'm
attraction?
not,
Yes,
but
you
it's-
are. You
but
just
it's
there said
like-
it's creepy. If your you just said if your grandpa was making a video about someone and you definitely pointed out the age. You both are talking about this. You're implying the idea of some sort of romanticness or creepiness that he doesn't get to. It's weird. I don't understand why the former director of the FBI talks about Taylor Swift, but the creep factor isn't there. The idea of him creeping on her and having some sort of weird fantasies about her. You know what? If a grandfather liked a musical performer that was 28 years old, so what? You know what? Quincy Jones was a hell of a lot older than Michael Jackson, but knew what he was doing. And he went and found Michael. Nobody turned to that and said it was creepy as far as what he was doing. That's fine. There are a lot of older artists that are bringing younger artists out to open up for them on tour. That's fine. It's okay.
I agree with you,
That is
Bill.
perfectly okay.
I think it's his delivery more than anything else. And if I were to advise him, number one, he talks about Donald Trump's makeup later, how he has nothing but makeup on his
Yeah,
face,
that's dumb.
and he rips. Yeah, it was stupid because the first 3 seconds of this video, I'm like, man, they should have put some makeup on him. His face looks terrible on Comey. But take off the tie, unbutton your collar, or do it outside. You're against a wall. You look like it's a mug shot.
Got a question, though. Do you
Sit
think-
on your lawn.
Guys,
sit
fair.
on
we're
your
talking
lawnmower.
about the former director of the FBI making
True.
weird
True.
fan-based videos towards a 25-year-old
here's the thing
pop
is-
star. It's so weird.
Well, here's the thing is,
I
the
agree.
idea is he wasn't necessarily making a fan-based video. He is that awkward professor or teacher you had in high school that can't figure out what the subject of the lecture is. The subject of his lecture really is take inspiration from Taylor Swift about bullies, but he forgets that third sentence in, and he wanders all over the place. He lacks, he didn't have, okay, it's obvious when he went through this, he didn't have an outline. It's obvious when he went through this, he didn't have a point. He didn't have point by point. He didn't look through it. He didn't look at it open. He didn't look at it a conclusion. If you're going to do something like this, that's what you need to do, even in the era of social media. But the question I have for both of you, would you say that anybody over, say, the age of 40 or maybe even over the age of 45, cresting into their 50s, that would be a fan of Taylor Swift is weird or creepy? Would you say that it would be something to be
being
concerned
a
about?
fan is not, but taking time to make a video when you're the former director of the FBI. And look, if it was just someone's random grandfather, whatever, it'd be kind of like, oh, that's a little lighthearted stuff. Your grandfather is a little quirky. But when it's the former director of the FBI taking the time to do this, I do want to point this out, though. Jason's got we got tons of great text messages on this. This is a good one, though. It could be worse. Just remember J. Edgar Hoover used to cut his lawn dressed as Taylor Swift.
That's really good.
Allegedly.
That's really good.
Well, I saw that. Blake texts us his great love for James Comey all the time, off
I
air.
appreciate it.
And I saw that, and I was like, oh, he's going to have a lot to say about this one.
Oh, yeah. It's horrible, man. You know, and real quickly, I'll just say, I think the part I hated the most was where he said, of course I watched the podcast with Kelsey. I'm like, what are you talking about? Who watches that? I mean, other than young people who are hip or, you know, Billy's who's in the industry, you know, and knows everything about music, but Billy doesn't make it creepy.
He doesn't.
Like
He's
that
not
dude.
making videos about it either.
Yeah.
Which is, you know,
Yeah,
like
and I wouldn't mind if
look,
Billy did,
if we were behind, yeah, everyone's pointing out she's 35. Thank you. I have no idea what her age
She
is.
thinks she's 25.
Don't we all, though?
But-
Don't we all?
Yeah,
But,
good point.
So if we were backstage or something like that, Bill would walk up and go, "I love this song and this particular
yeah.
song and all that stuff," and he would get into the time count of a particular song.
Yep.
That's the way his brain works. But just sitting there making videos, like like Bill points out, it's just so off.
Yeah.
And
He wants to be
so,
likable, and he's not.
I think that's correct.
You know, there's no way.
Although,
Impossible.
if he ever brought his book tour to Colorado, Blake, I would pay you a handsome fortune to go confront him.
I would do that. I would definitely do that, and I would appreciate gas money. I would love to do that.
Yeah,
I would love to do it.
We'll see if he ever makes it out here. His book tour had 2 stops. All right, appreciate it, Blake. Thanks for sticking around.
Man.
All right, let's talk Black Eyed Pete. Now I'm going to play some audio from my phone here, Billy. This was totally not scripted. My son said this at the top of a 14er. You ready? Here we go.
Steve, where are we?
We're on the top of Mount Belford.
And you were just telling me you wanted to eat some food. Where was it?
The Black Eyed Pea. It's so good right now.
Oh, that's great. Oh, that's wonderful.
He was going through. This is the first time we'd ever been backpacking before. And as you do, you go through all the great food you could be eating instead of dehydrated chicken teriyaki, for instance. And he was going through Black Eyed Pea.
So we've learned that when you guys go camping, you don't pack well.
Oh, no, it's the camping food. We go to REI and get that stuff where you just add water to it, right?
That's the mistake you make.
Well, I'm not going to take
mistake.
a steak up there.
You don't have to. You have to. You ever done pocket pitas?
What
Seriously? Okay. Next time you're camping, you bring pitas, you bring pizza sauce, you bring mushrooms, pepperoni, and anything else that you want to put inside of pizzas, and mozzarella cheese. You tear the top off the pita.
Yeah.
On the inside, you put in the pizza sauce,
Yeah.
and then you put in all the ingredients on the
That sounds
inside.
good.
Then you wrap it in aluminum foil, and then you put it out on the edge of the coals of the campfire, and you wait about 10 minutes, and it's going to be absolutely delicious. It's fantastic.
We are not campfire people when it comes to backpacking. We use the little pocket stoves.
Yeah, you can do those too, but
Because I'm LNT, man.
Dude, we could.
Leave no trace.
There are all sorts of stuff we can do. Yeah, but again, leave no trace. What you're doing is eating all the pitas, and then the foil comes out with you, and the plastic bag, everything else comes in everything else goes back in the plastic. Yeah, absolutely.
I feel bad, Bill.
Oh,
man,
absolutely.
Outside of an actual camp. All right. Well, Black Eyed Pea was what my son was longing for at the top of a 14er. Locally owned and operated by Steve and Michelle. Love this restaurant. My whole family does. As you can clearly see there, 8 locations. There's sure to be one near you. It's Colorado cookout and barbecue time at the Black Eyed Pea. Their August menus featuring backyard combos, the St. Louis rib combo, or the barbecue 2-meat combo. They have barbecue pulled pork, barbecue chicken breast, and barbecue smoked sausage. Absolutely delicious. I had the barbecue smoked sausage the other day when I met with a friend there. Delicious. Maybe you're hankering for a sandwich. They got the grilled barbecue Polish sausage topped with grilled onions, or the tender, slow-cooked barbecue pulled pork sandwich topped with coleslaw. Both are served on a toasted brioche bun. They do catering as well. Dinner party, rehearsal dinner, wedding reception, or company event. Make it a success with Black Eyed Pea Catering. And, of course, Black Eyed Pea gift cards are always great for your special someone, birthday favors, or holiday presents, or just to say thank you to someone. They have you covered. I love everything about this restaurant. I know you will as well. Support local. Keep it in Colorado and visit the Black Eyed Pea near you. We've got You Choose the News coming up. You're listening to the Jeff and Bill Show.
This is Denver's Talk Leader News Talk 710 KNUS.
Jeff and Bill show. You guys with the text messages
Text
are
messages are
hilarious.
amazing. Thank you so
Joan,
much.
Eric, Jacqueline, Iggy,
So many of
Jason,
you.
Breadman, you guys are all a ton of fun. Thank
Yeah.
you. All right, Billy,
Thank you
let's
so
give
much.
the people what they really need this Monday morning. You choose the news.
Yes, let's start Monday off right. It's time for America's favorite fake radio news game show. It's You Choose the News. You know how this works? Scour interwebs for mere moments. Over the weekend, I found really ridiculous stories about us humans, and then I gave them more ridiculous headlines so that we can play this fake radio news game show because no one in charge is awake yet. So we are going to take full advantage of being left unsupervised. As always, Blake Olson joins us from the news department. Gentlemen, here are your choices. Headline number 1, this seems apropos, packing it out. Headline number 2, brand consistency. Headline number 3, drawing your own chalk outline. And headline number 4, boozy secret. Mr. Hunt, your choice.
Let's pack it out, please.
Yeah, let's pack it out. Here's something interesting. You know, you heard a lot about that summit between Russian President Vladimir Putin and President Donald Trump. One of the things you probably didn't hear is that Russian President Putin has a special set of staff to pack it out. Yes, he leaves no trace. That includes his poop. Yes, he has a poop suitcase. He has a team that will collect all of his fecal waste during his trips outside of the country and bring them back to Russia. The reason is he's so worried that other countries would try to figure out issues
Yeah.
about his health
Right.
if they knew what was coming out of his pooper. So, yes, imagine that. There are people that are paid by the Russian government to collect Vladimir Putin's poop and save it. Great. It's a wonderful job. I'm sure you're like, I have reached the pinnacle of my career. I'm the poop scooper.
Do they all have people that have to like test their food to make sure there's no poison in it?
I hear he's been really itchy about it lately, so probably I think he has more of that. But yeah, I don't know.
Interesting.
What a life.
Yeah, I would last like 2 days because I would make jokes and then he would shoot me. Because, you know, that's how I am. Alrighty, Blake Olson, sir. Brand
had that
consistency. Oh, yes, especially on a Friday. Drawing your own chalk outline or boozy's secret, my friend. What do you choose?
Let's go with boozy secret.
Boozy secret. Hey, the Philadelphia fanatic. How does he survive the dog days of summer? Well, a little bit of a boozy secret. Vodka and water. Neat. Hold the lemon. However, it's not for drinking. The issue is, you know, in those big suits during the steamy summer nights, yeah, they smell. Usually it's Lysol or Febreze they use, but they said during those really hot summer nights, you take vodka and water and pour it over your head. It's one of his secrets. Half vodka, half water. If it's really hot, he says, I go for a full third vodka and then pour it in a squeegee bottle and spray it over my head and my upper chest. He said sometimes that's the only way to get the smell away until you can wash the suit.
Man, those suits get so hot.
Yeah, so think about that. When you're out there and they're dancing, realize, they smell like your socks after you forget them underneath your bed for about 6 weeks.
Right?
Yeah, they're awful. They're atrocious. Yeah.
The Phillies mascot.
Yep,
right?
the Phillies mascot. All righty, Mr. Hunt, your choice. Brand consistency or drawing your own chalk outline?
Draw your own chalk outline.
Yeah, drawing your own chalk outline. Mother of 3 living in Alabama recently got an unexpected note from her HOA. They hate her chalk art. Recently, she started putting colorful drawings on her driveway in the morning. Nothing offensive, just flowers and encouraging sayings. Well, the HOA wants nothing encouraging and, God forbid, anything pretty. So they're telling her she has to erase it by 10 o'clock every night. So she goes out there every morning with her 6-year-old. They do new chalk art, and they erase it. She says by far she's gotten more support than mean notes from the HOA. Yeah, HOA suck.
Defund the HOA.
Absolutely, absolutely. That's it.
All
And you
right, we
choose
got
the
Mike
news.
Kaufman coming up. You're listening to Jeff and Bill.
KNUS.